Hey, what's up? Welcome to Quality Cup Life. My name is Imani, and here we drink the best of life from a full cup. And if you intend to support other people, how are you going to do that with an empty cup? How are you going to pour into them? Exactly, you can't. So lean in, stop scrolling, and get you some tips. Alright, so tip number 1 is, of course, set an alarm for you to get up in the morning intentionally on time, right? But put it somewhere where you have to get up and go get it, alright? Or get up and go cut it off. Whether that's with an alarm clock, with your cell phone, whether you have to put it across the room, right outside of your bedroom door, do whatever you have to do so you can get up and get busy living, alright? Tip number 2 is using Mel Robbins' 5-second rule, alright? So Mel Robbins' 5-second rule is when you have thoughts that reason why you should stop doing whatever your intended thing was that you were going to do. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and immediately take action on whatever your intended goal was or your value. Take action on that immediately, because if you don't, you're screwed. Alright, so go ahead, you gotta go ahead and take action, alright? Tip number 3 is find a quiet place in your home, but you have to do it at the opportune time, okay? So with being productive at home, depending on your living situation, you might have kids, you might have siblings, you could have roommates or whatever, and you know, different people have different times where it's quiet. For me, it's really early in the morning, and when I was in college, it was really early in the morning in the computer labs. So that's like the best time for me personally. So you have to figure out whatever time that is for you. Get up, be intentional, go find that quiet place, and get your stuff done, alright? Number 4, when you find that quiet place, right, make sure that it's clean and well organized. And whether you have to leave your bedroom or wherever you are and go to a different place, that's fine, but just make sure that it's well organized. And even if you have to put off wherever your bedroom is or whatever, and you decide to clean it later, but you want to get this thing done because it's the most important thing, get it done, but make sure that place is nice and organized, because if not, then you're going to be somewhat distracted with the area being all disorganized. So make sure your environment supports you, okay? Supports your habits and your goals. Alright? 5, drink plenty of water. Alright, so we all know that water is essential to life, right? And it's also essential to energy. People think, oh, I must not have gotten enough sleep last night, I need a nap. But a lot of times it's you need more water. Your body is starting to get dehydrated, right? And so the more dehydrated your body is, you might not be able to tell. Just because you're not thirsty does not mean you're not dehydrated. So make sure you drink plenty of water all day, alright? Alright. 6 is put on actual clothes, get dressed, so you'll take yourself seriously, alright? So if you're lounging around in pajamas or sweatpants or whatever all day, you're not going to take yourself seriously. So get up, get dressed, brush your teeth, comb your hair, whatever you need to do, and act like you're actually going somewhere, like going to work or going to class or wherever you usually go to be productive. Take those action steps, and even if you have to get dressed, get ready, leave your house, drive around your neighborhood and come back, do whatever you have to do to make sure you get in the right frame of mind, okay? Alright, 7, get your phone set up to support you as well, and you can do this by hitting the do not disturb button. Most smartphones have do not disturb, right? You could straight up cut your phone off. You could put the phone in the other room. And one of the things I do is I use the Forest app. I'm sure there's other apps that are useful as well, but I use the Forest app. You set a time, And then in that time, as long as you don't get on your phone and go to another app, it'll grow you a little tree, and it like makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, oh, I did something because I grew a tree. So that's what I use, and it's very helpful for me. If any of you guys have another app that's very helpful, make sure you put it down below so we can all help each other, okay? All right. 8 is to work in time blocks, okay? So remember, you are not a robot, right? We need breaks, and your brain isn't going to be able to focus. Well, most people's brains aren't able to focus for hours and hours straight. So make sure you set a time for you. This is your focus time. Take a break. Take a 10-minute break, 15-minute break, 30-minute break, whatever you need to make sure that you take a breather and then you get back to work. All right. 9 is to make a schedule or a to-do list, so that way you know exactly what you're going to do throughout the day. What specifically are your intentions for today? All right. 10, do the most important thing first. I know some people say, well, if something can be done in 2 minutes or less, go and do it. That's cool, but you don't want to be doing a bunch of teeny tiny little things that's not going to push the needle on whatever your goal is. So make sure you do the most important things first, and once you do that, then the rest of the stuff will just be easy for you to knock out. All right, and I got that from Brian Tracy. He's an OG. Check him out, okay? All right. 11, get physical movement in throughout the day. So while you're working and everything like that, when you take your break, it's a very good idea to, if you can, hit 10 sit-ups, hit 5 push-ups, whatever you can do, 5 squats. If you can't do no more, do 5 squats, 5 lunges, do some jumping jacks if you need to, whatever you need to do to get your blood flowing, to get the blood flow back up to your brain, get energized, get your heart rate up, so that way your body knows, all right, it's game time, let's go, okay? And then the last one, 12, is listening to something that'll get you pumped up for the day. Whatever that is for you, whether that's a motivational speech, whether that's a song, whether that's a poem, a podcast, whatever you need to do, it's great to do that either at the beginning of your day or maybe in the middle if you need an extra boost. Do whatever you need to do. Sometimes I do get some good old Eric Thomas. I might hit the gospel music, might hit the hill song, might hit the little bit of hood music. I like the Ace Hood Hustle. Get me right, okay? So whatever you need to do, get it, okay? And then so the last thing is I have 5 references that I recommend. Or is it 4? 4 references? 4 references. All right. So the first one is the Model Health Show. So he has Sean Stevenson has a podcast, and the particular one I'm talking about is called 12 Tips for Conquering Distraction and Getting More Done. So you can Google this, or you can use my link in the description. That'll send you straight to the podcast, okay? All right. The second one is Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank has all these awesome videos on YouTube about how to be productive and how to be intentional about whatever you're trying to get done. So he's a beast. He's awesome. The third recommendation is Deep Work by Cal Newport. So this good old book right here, this whole book and his whole brand is basically about being productive and being intentional and not letting the world and everybody else distract you. You need to make sure you're on your own agenda and not on everybody else's agenda, but you're not handling anything that you want to do. And then the fourth is, mention him, Brian Tracy's No Excuses. So he talks about making sure you get the most important thing done, along with some time management things and a bunch of other awesome things. So check him out as well. I'll also leave these 2 books in the link in the description if you want to go check them out. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or if you have any helpful tips that you have, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll read them. It might be able to help some other people so we can support each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found any of this content helpful. And I hope you have a full and productive day. Thank you. Bye.